Good morning. I'm sorry I haven't done a video for the last, I don't think I've done a video for about a month now. Don't worry, I have been fishing. I had one session down Marsh Trail, and then I think I had one run on there and lost that. Didn't really get a lot of footage for it, so I didn't bother doing that one. I was hoping to get one done on Billingford Lakes when I went the other weekend with Tony. That one there, we did catch fish. I was kind of hoping that people around me were going to catch fish as well, but apparently that was not the case. Did okay on that one. We got there at about, I can't remember, just gone 10 o'clock. As I was setting my bivvy up, saw a few fish roll sort of 10 wraps out, so I thought, well, chuck a bag on there. Literally about half an hour after I did that, rod absolutely wrapped off, and I had a personal best mirror of 29.9. I will put the pictures up. I'll put the pictures of that up on the screen now. But now you join me on Billingford Lake. Me and my dad are doing a 4-night session. We got here yesterday morning-ish. Had an absolute disaster of a day yesterday. So we turned up on the lake, got a swim right in the middle of the lake. I'll show you the swim in a moment. Unloaded the gear, undone the boot of the car. All my food fell out and smashed all my eggs. So that was a that was a cracking start to the proceedings. Then what happened? Then I went to the shop at the front there, tried to get some more eggs. Didn't have any. Came back, and I thought, I just had my wallet on there, had all my cash and all my credit cards and whatever in the wallet, and then I forgot to put them in the glove compartment. Got told off for the bailiff for kind of speeding, but you would kind of worry, wouldn't you, with all your credit cards and stuff in your wallet, and you've lost it. So that was next. Got on swim, put my bivvy up, got my rods and all that ready. Went to see my dad, and then I thought to myself, oh, where's my landing net? So when I went to Brasenose, I had the rats chew holes in my landing net. So I changed the net mesh on my net, but I didn't put my net back in my holdall. So when Dad sort of got my holdall and that out when we were loading up the car, totally forgot it. So then I had to do another hour and a half's drive home. That also had its difficulties with my condition I've got. I get kind of leg spasms, and on the way back round roundabouts and stuff, just getting spasms, I was putting my foot on the clutch and thought, well, this is a bit dangerous. So I popped off to where I work, Angling Direct, had a cup of coffee with them and something to eat, and I was absolutely fine. Got back, put the rods back out. Put the rods out just before it got dark. I mean, it's getting dark earlier now. I think it got dark at about just short of 7 o'clock. We just put them out in the boat. There has been one fish out this morning about 7 o'clock. The fish are rolling, but a lot further out than what I'm fishing, so I might have to rethink that. So there's the catch up for now. I will try and get back to what I was doing, sort of 1 or 2 videos a month. That'll probably be day sessions now with the nights crawling in. I have got another day session booked. I've got another 3-nighter booked in November, which I'll probably do on Marsh Trail. So that will do for now. I'll just turn you around and show you the lake, and then in a moment I am going to redo the rod, so I'll sort of film myself putting the boat out, etc. Because there's crays in here, so you don't want to leave your rods out there if you've got nothing on your hook bait. You're wasting time. So I'll turn you around so you can see the lake. It's a lovely lake. Right, so there you are. There's my view of the morning. I had a lovely misty morning this morning. Woke up about 6:30. Was a few fish boshing in the night. I've been up since about 6:30. All the fish that I have been seeing are, they're not out of my zone, but they are jumping kind of where the if you go look dead opposite, and you've got that little tree in the middle of those 2 sort of bigger ones, sort of there. They've been jumping kind of in middle for diddle, kind of just out here. At the moment, I'm probably only anything from about 40 yards up to about 50 yards on all 3 rods. I just put them out in the boat last night. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of time by the time I'd got back. from picking my landing net up from home. So yeah, I've only fished this lake once before, which was about 3 years ago when I come with the wife and the dog. On that session I had 3 on the first night, up to just over 20, and I think I was about the second or third day, I had the big sturgeon in there at 43 pound. I think that goes over 50 now. Don't want to hook that again, that took me over an hour to get in. So, but yeah, my dad is with me, he's to the right, but we're not kind of close enough to kind of do a video together. He's about sort of 50-60 yards to the right of me. He hasn't had anything yet either. So we'll leave it there for now, and then we'll show you getting the rigs and stuff out a bit later on. See you later. Alright, so I've just done one of my, my right hand rod. So I'm just going to put out the middle rod now. Just thought I'd show you the mix I'm kind of using. So in there I've got the, I've got a solid PVO bag on there. Got loads of different size baits in there. So they're the roasted boilies, with some of the invasion boilies as well. They've all been soaked in the bloodworm liquid. Topping that up with some 6mm invasion pellets as well. So we'll get that out in the pond, and I'll do a third rod as well. Obviously I won't film every single rod, but I'll just show you getting the second rod out. Just bear with us. Right, here we go. This is now the second rod going out. Hopefully I've got the camera in the right zone, shall we say. We'll go the same distance on this one as we did the other one, which was 16 wraps. This one's kind of going to the middle area of my swim. We'll just try and get that to go straight. Right, there we go, so it's 16 wraps just there. Straighten up a little bit. And drop. That's on the bottom. Right, we won't bother out showing you about the third rod. Get this back, put the third rod out there, and we'll catch up with you a bit later. Right, we're now approaching, well, technically the second day, so I didn't really get my rods out until sort of yesterday afternoon, as you know. Had the rods out there all day at the 16 rep range, just put out there with the boat. During the day, I have seen absolutely nothing up until about half an hour ago. One jumped out, so when I reeled in my rods, found out that every single rod, didn't matter if I had a pop-up on or a wafter in a solid PVO bag, I was coming up with early silkweed. So I have cast my marker rod out there and found what I believe to be 3 sort of gravel spots amongst the weed, all in different areas. I've got one close, one sort of medium and one a bit longer, so I found sort of 3 different spots this time around. Yeah, hopefully we get something through the night. Apparently they're not coming out during the night at the moment, but we will see. So we're here till Friday. It's meant to chuck it down with rain on Friday when we pack up, typical. But there we go, we just have to get the gear out in the garden when we get back. So we'll leave it there for now. If we catch anything, we'll let you know. I'll just show you actually quickly before I turn this off, the lake. It looks absolutely beautiful this time of the evening. Just bear with me. Oh, there we go. The light isn't that great. Obviously I can see more than you. The phone isn't really sort of picking that up. I perhaps should have done that when the sun was just going behind the trees. That looks absolutely beautiful. And people ask why you go fishing. Right, well, we'll leave it there then. If we catch anything, we'll let you know in the night. If not, I'll catch up with you in the morning. Good morning. It's now Thursday morning. Again, nothing last night to show for the efforts. I did wind in this morning, just thought I would just freshen up the baits up a little bit. The left hand rod, which was on the multi-rig on the fake corn, that came in absolutely fine. No silkweed or anything on the hook baits. Middle rod, that was on the Invasion pop-up on a spinner on quite a long link. Again, that one was absolutely fine. However, the one on the right hand side, which was on the solid, which I left on the solid, that did come back with a lot of weed on the rig. So I thought to myself, right, I'll put the 2 back out there. It was about 15 reps and a little bit. So I've put them both back out there with just a bit of particle, bit of Invasion pellet again and a few boilies. The right hand one, I did find a gravel spot 2 mornings ago. About the only bit of gravel that's close in. I have put a solid bag on that because when I reeled in off that spot yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, that was clean as a whistle as well. Now I have, and as we speak, I've put it out there again, but I've just done a solid bag and just a few sort of 6mm pellets. Now I put a lot of hemp oil, what's a lot of hemp oil? I put about two half syringes in there. Put it on the spot, and obviously that slicked up. Now the slick calmed down. I got a little bit excited because a slick came up. It's now slicking up now as we speak, actually. And I saw bubbles amongst the slick. So whether that's tench or hopefully that is a carp, but we will see. Later on, I will show you putting the rigs out again. I might do a solid bag piece. I know you've all seen how you tie up a solid PVA bag. A lot of people do it differently. I've just got a few to tie up. I always try and keep 4 or 5 done up, so if I do catch a fish, then I can just literally take one off, put one on, back out there. So we'll do that. Yeah, so we'll leave that for now. I'll show you the solid bag rig a bit later on. Might even show you putting the baits out again. It's a job to kind of think of content to kind of give you, always think about it during the day, so you're not just seeing the same old things or day in or video in, video out. So yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll catch up a bit later, and hopefully next time, as I always say, it's with a fish. See you later. Right, here we go, guys. Look, if you look just to the right, just short of that coot, that's not slicking up. I just thought I'd try and do it as it slicked up. There we go. That's pretty much where the spot is. So I saw bubbles there earlier on amongst the slick, and it just keeps like dispersing, like with a bit of chop on the water, then it kind of slicks up like that. So there's definitely something in the zone. I'd have thought something's disturbing the oils and it's bringing the oils up to the surface. So yeah, it's proper slicking up now. Look. Wouldn't it be nice for a live take? That's wishful thinking. just got pellet in a solid bag on that one with a orange paradox wafter on that one. I just thought, well, the other two are on baited spots. Nearly every single person on here is either spodding out or using the bait boat. Obviously I've got the bait boat out on the other two, but we were advised that some guy who fishes on this lake spoke to my dad, and he said, yeah, basically fish the steps in, which I believe is the one I'm in, and he said all the fish he's caught out here have been at sort of 10 wraps, just using solid PVA bags. I mean, I haven't seen any fish, as in carp, flesh roll close in. They've all been out in the middle, but that's not to say that they're not close in just because they're not shown. That doesn't mean that they're not there. We'll keep on going, obviously. We're here till tomorrow morning. The weather's going to get a bit crap this evening and tomorrow, so it might be a case of packing the gear away wet, unfortunately. So we've got to get, well, we don't have to be on the road late in the afternoon or whatever. It's not as if it's like a pre-booked swim on here. So, I mean, we didn't get here till about sort of 11, 12, and I didn't actually start fishing until, well, near enough 5 o'clock, because obviously I forgot my landing net. So, yeah, we'll just pack down slowly tomorrow, whether it's raining or not. And if the gear is about when we take it home, we'll just have to put the gear up, spit my words out, put the bivy up in the garden and dry it out in the garden when we get back. But yeah, I just thought I'd just show you that slicking up. Let's just see if it happens again. So it's kind of going 5-10 minutes and then it's kind of slicks up again, so obviously I won't leave you on that long. Well, we'll leave it there then, so it doesn't look as though it's going to slick up again, and we'll catch up with you later. Well, I'm just going through my solid bags because I had sort of 3 or 4 to do up. Already done 3, so I thought I'd leave the last one and just show you how I do my bags, but I thought I'd just show you the setup first. So, excuse all the mess here, so I've just got a bucket full of stuff and all my stuff to make up the bags with. So, on there, it's a lead-free leader. I believe that's the Thinking Angler's leader. Normally have a sort of a few for that, and then splice that on to your swivel. I use a tail rubber on the end of these are the tracker stems, and I'm using that with my preferred leads rather than paying what you do in a tackle shop at £2 lead, although I don't drop them, but I get my leads from Donk Leads. That one's a 3.5 ounce. Now, if you're new to kind of sort of solid bag fishing, always remember to keep your rig as short as possible. I mean, that is barely sort of 3 inches, that particular rig. So that is the OMC braided hook link, and I normally sort of loop that on there like you would a hook to nylon. So if you do need to change the rig, you can just take it off. Coming down to that, I've got the at the minute I'm using the atomic tackle hooks, and they're sharp straight out of the packet, and to be honest with you, you can catch a fish on them, and you can reuse it. I have used hooks in the past where, yeah, they are sharp, but you continually change them because they're only sort of a one fish rig, so to speak. And I always have that, as you can see, on a slip D style setup with a little hook swivel on there. What I'll do, I'll put a bait on here, and then I'll show you how I do the bag. Back in a sec. Right, so you saw how I kind of set up my solid bag rigs. Fairly simple, just remember that for anyone that's sort of new and perhaps has never tied a bag before, just keep that rig short. I'd probably advise having a heavy-ish lead, probably 3.5 ounce. Obviously, if that's depending on what sort of rod you've got. Obviously, you don't want to be putting out 3-4 ounces with like a 2 3/4 3 pound rod. I mean, my rod's a 12'6", 4 pounder, so I can sort of sling out a bag as far as I want to, really. But just be careful on that front bit. So I just use a 3 ounce lead short rig, and the rest is kind of simple. So I'll just show you how I tie up my bags. So I use they're the medium bags, and currently I'm using the OMC bag range. It doesn't really matter what PVA bag you use, cord do, OMC do, and there's plenty of companies out there that do them, so obviously it's your own personal preference. So I'll just show you how I tie my bags up. So also, if you're new to kind of your solid bags, I would recommend keeping things very small. I probably wouldn't have a pellet in your bag any more than say 2 mil. So what I do with mine is I just put a little layer in the bottom, so not a great deal at all, just like that. Then, like I say, there is several ways of doing it, but what I tend to do, or try and do, is there'll be better examples of me doing it obviously, but I try and put the lead in first. Let me just try and open this up. I knew this was going to be a faff, bear with me. Right, so put your lead in first and then try and keep it rested up against one side of the bag, like that. So your lead's at the back, rest against your fingers, and then you've got all this open space here to put your pellet in. Then fill up in front of the lead that's laying against your hand. So just kind of wear that down. Sort of shake them down like that, and just keep your rig hanging out the back like that. Just put more pellet in. Right, so you want to try and keep that lead at the back of the bag. This is so that will when you cast, it will land heavier side first. So when the lead's landing through the water, or going through the water, they'll go lead up first. Right, so a little bit more. As you can see, that's now getting to the right kind of size. Then what you want to do is get your hook bait, and then whilst you've got space, push that hook bait towards the middle of the bag, like that. And if you have got any remaining braid, if you like, sticking out the top, just get your pellet and cover up the braid. Then you need to compact this down so it's a solid bag, hence the name solid. So you just tap the bottom, give it a bit of a tap, like so. And then obviously your lid's going to be at the back there, just nip the bag up tight like that and give it a twist, and then try and push the pellet down. You don't want any air in there if you can help it. Right, let's push that down a bit. Right, that's better. Right, so that's all twisted up, so you can see that's nice and solid now. Then keep that tight so you're not loosening up the bag. And then, wasn't prepared, there we are, PVA tape. So with that, as I keep that nice and tight. Just get a little bit off. Hold that with, push it against the bag and hold it with that finger, and then wrap down onto the bag. Then that's just going to make it tighter. Then get your leader out of the way, and then just tie a couple of overhand knots. Bear with me, a bit of a faff in this wind. Right, trim the ends off, then you're kind of at the moment left with that, but that looks a bit messy. So then what I do is, if you nip the ends and push them in, you can have like little baggy bits like that. just make sure you clear all the pellet. Now these bags are quite stretchy, as you can see. You give it a good old pull, and then what I do, pick it and then pull it in, and then just hold it for a while. Lovely. And do the other side. Lovely. So then you're kind of left with that. And then obviously, because the ends are a bit messy, a pair of scissors. Just be careful that you don't cut your leader when you're doing this. Now, because I've put that lead at the back there, annoyingly, the swivel that's coming out is coming out the end of the bag, so I've already created a hole. Annoying. I'll just put another bag on there and we'll double the bag up, that's not a problem. Snip, snip, snip. And that's basically, can't get rid of the scissors. That's pretty much what you're left with. Like I said, I'll double that up as the swivels coming out of the back of the lead, at the end of the bag, sorry. So then what I generally do, I wrap these up, put them in my Ridge Monkey bag, and have like 4 or 5 done up. So then if I catch a fish, I can just literally loop it on, or tie another one on, cast that out, let that one dry out, or dry it with a towel, make up another one, and you're always on a cycle. Then you haven't got to worry about tying up a bag after you've had a fish. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Like I say, try and get a bit more in the videos for you, rather than just seeing my face going, I haven't caught anything, or you know, saying the fish is showing or whatever. I just want to get a bit more sort of different content for you guys. If you want to say anything else, let me know. I know I've done a basic rig before. Yeah, put in the comments below perhaps what you kind of want to see, and I'll see what I can do for you. So I'll leave that for now, and we'll catch up with you later on. Cheers guys. Morning guys, it's now the Friday morning, so it's pack up time. Unfortunately nothing materialised in the night. Weather, as you can see, is absolutely bang on for a bite. It's been windy all night, it's been chucking down with rain since 2 o'clock this morning. Had a bit of drizzle on and off this morning. Now getting the gear, I'll say now packed away. It's now 8:30 in the morning. So it looks as though it's going to be a blank. The only sort of positive thing I could probably say about this is I've probably learnt a lot about fishing in kind of silkweed and stuff. You just can't use your standard rigs that you normally use. I've had to kind of adapt what I'm doing just to get the presentation right out in the pond. Also the fact that no one else has caught anything, which means that obviously if no one else is catching, then in theory, I suppose the only way of looking at it is you're not doing anything wrong. So that's the positives taken out of that. I appreciate if you've got this far. Again, sorry no fish. Can't guarantee fish on every single video. I hope the audio was better this time. I did buy some DJI mics, as you probably saw me in the previous posts, if you like. I've got a DJI Mini, I think it is, microphone now, so the audio should be a lot better. Hopefully that'll improve things in future videos. So we'll leave it at that. Next session is probably going to be days from now on in. I do have I plan on doing 3 nights in November, but we'll see what the weather's like. If not, I'll just have to do 3 single sort of day sessions. So we'll leave it at that. Again, if you could like and subscribe, share the video, put any comments down below with the questions I've asked in the previous posts, and we'll catch up with you later. Thanks for watching.